A little over a year ago, I walked away from everything that once made me successful. The title, the salary, the identity. And while I had some idea of what I was walking toward, this was not my first entrepreneurial go. I knew I wanted to be around coaching and helping people be the better version of themselves. I did know that, but that was about it. I did know that I couldn't stay where I was. And in this video, I want to share my origin story, what I've learned after 1 year in business, the good, the hard, and the deeply fulfilling. For years, I held perfectly good jobs. From the outside, everything looked fine, but inside, I felt depleted. I remember once telling a manager that my job felt like a pair of jeans that just didn't fit anymore. And I consider myself a pretty evolved woman. And I said this to a man who's never had a weight problem. How is he going to align with that? But anyway, those are the words I chose. So they were right for me in the moment. But that's the thing about internal misalignment. It doesn't always show on the outside, but you feel it every day. I had finished reading Callings by Greg Lavoie, and that was my tipping point. It gave me language for what my soul had been whispering for years. Joanna, this isn't your path anymore. But at that time, I didn't trust what the path was because I couldn't see it, which means I couldn't control it. So I left. No next job lined up, no plan, no roadmap, just this calling and an attempt at trust. But I did have a deep need to create something rooted in authenticity. So in the past year, I'm nearly finished with my International Coaching Federation certification. I have finished my Chestnut Pious Enneagram Academy. I'm a certified Enneagram professional, which has been life changing. I started building programs like the Awareness Leadership Advantage. There's 3 ways to consume that content. And I have 2 new courses that I'm collaborating with a friend on. But I didn't know any of those things really a year ago. The coaching certifications I was working on, but I didn't know when they were going to happen. I didn't know exactly what they'd lead to, and now I do. I started building programs that I wished existed when I was burning out. I also cried a lot, freaked out a lot, wondered if I'd made a mistake. Some people watching this may have talked me off a ledge. But deep in my heart, in my soul, in my being, I know I have something to add to the conversation around work and how we show up at work and how we can make small personal changes that can amplify out into our own experience. I've wrestled with money fears, and yet I kept going. Thank you, Paul. Because every time I coach someone, I felt more me than I had in years. So, lesson 1, confidence doesn't come first, action does. You won't feel ready. You act your way into belief. And authenticity is magnetic. I've had people direct message me after some of my recordings about what they meant to them. So, authenticity is magnetic. People don't want your polish, they want your presence. And if I'm talking about inviting you to have a messy middle, I better be able to represent that. Lesson 3, building a soul aligned business takes time. There's no 6 figures in 6 weeks shortcut if you're building with depth, but it does grow from roots not hacks. Lesson 4, you're not selling coaching, you're offering transformation. I've had the words depletion of fulfillment reflected to me over the past 12 to 18 months by coaching clients, so much so that I'm writing a book about it. It is what we want as people, personal and professional fulfillment. And you don't get that by a 50-minute coaching session. You get that by leaning in to do some hard work to transform yourself from the inside out. And honestly, transformation happens in safety, in resonance, in truth, when you have the courage to be honest with yourself. And lesson 5, you don't have to do it all. You just have to do what's yours to do with integrity and courage. Everyone tells me, hey, are you on this social media platform? Are you on this social media platform? And no, it's not for me right now. Maybe later when I'm sitting on Oprah's couch and can hire a whole bunch of people. But right now, 1 year in, I can't say I have all figured out and I'm doing all the things that I want to. I'm not. There's just so many hours in a day, and I'm not about depleting myself or overworking myself anymore. I do what I'm inspired to do. I do enough, but I can say I have never felt more fulfilled, never felt more aligned, more alive, more committed to helping others claim their own fulfillment. So if you're standing at your own edge, wondering if now is the time to leap, I hope the story gave you hope. You can subscribe to the channel or like, share. This channel and my brand are about conscious leadership, recovering before we burn out, before, and building from something deeper, whatever that means for you. There'll be more in my newsletter, which launches in October. So pay attention to that. And if you're ready today to talk about whether a leap, not necessarily out of the job you're in, but a leap to find your own fulfillment, let's connect. Because there is more, and you're not alone. And until we see each other again, I hope you have a powerful day.